inspired to pray this prayer, but I prayed to the Lord, Lord, please send me a Christian friend. I always loved Jesus, but I didn't necessarily have dedicated Christian friends. And very soon after that, I became friends with Carrie Taylor, who was a devoted Christian, went to youth group, went to church. I never ever went to church, went to youth group. And so she invited me to come to youth group with her. And there, I met a lot of other Christian people. So I asked the Lord for a Christian friend, and then He multiplied that by dozens, and I met all these great Christian people at youth group. And as I was spending time with them and doing different events, going on mission trips, all kinds of things, I was like, wow, you know, we are having such a great time, and there's such amazing people, and this is really great. I wish more teens knew about youth group and were able to involve themselves in it. Well, even though I was going to youth group and these fun events, I was still going to parties. And something different about me at parties was that I wouldn't drink at parties. I would have maybe like a Coke. Everyone else would be drinking other alcoholic beverages, but I would just have a Coke. And the reason why is because as a Christian, I knew that it was wrong to get drunk and be an underage drinker. And so I was kind of the odd one out at these parties, but you know, I kind of felt a little different, but that didn't really matter to me because I knew that what I was doing was right. And so then there was this boy, I was about 15 or 16, I think I was 16, and this boy, who was the most popular kid in school, came up to me and started teasing me. And he was like, oh, you're such a prude. Yeah, you can't handle any drinks, can you? Oh, did your mom tell you not to drink? You know, is your grandma here or something? So he was making fun of me. And I got really angry. So when I feel like people are unjust to me, I have to let them know. So I was very angry. I put my Coke down. And I said, oh, you know. So I said, you know the difference between you and me? Let me tell you the difference. You and I are both Christians. We both know that drinking, getting drunk is wrong. But the difference is that I am strong. I'm strong enough to stand up for what I know is right. But you are a coward and you are weak because you cannot stand up for what is right. That you are a people pleaser and a crowd follower. But me, I stand on the shoulders of people like Martin Luther King and other people that have changed the world because they are not scared to stand up for what they believe in. And so then the people that were there, they were all watching what was happening. And so just like you all were cheering, so they all started cheering. And it was an incredible experience. Then I punched him in the face. For weeks and weeks and weeks, people were quoting what I was saying, and then I became the most popular kid in school. That was a little tough. But the interesting thing about it is my friends at youth group heard about this, and they said, so why do you go to these parties then? Like, why do you hang around in this place where these people are sinning? So I was like, you know, that's a really good point. Why am I going to these parties? And for those of you that know the act of contrition, when we go to confession, one part of it says, and help me to avoid whatever might lead me to sin. Now, going to these different events where people were drinking underage and getting drunk, I was definitely in the near occasion of sin. And so I thought, you know, they're right. I probably shouldn't be going to these parties. And some other people that were there that would be drinking too much and underage drinking, they decided not to go anymore because they realized that what I said was right, and they were doing things that they knew were wrong. So then they started coming to youth group with me, and they were able to dedicate their lives more to Christ. And I don't know what happened to that boy that I told off, but I know that he, because he couldn't really respond to what I was saying, I think something in his heart was moved, and he was able to look at himself a little bit differently. I'm not sure if he had a conversion or if he continued doing these things, but hopefully the Lord moved his heart a little bit. And so what I'd like to finish telling you all is that as disciples of Jesus Christ, through the power of our baptism, the blood that covers us because of our baptism, we do have the strength to stand up for what we know is right. It is easy as a Christian to know what is right and wrong, but are you the type of person that will not be a crowd follower, that will not be a people pleaser, but is strong enough to stand up for what you believe in, like that young woman that Brendan was telling us about, like all these saints that were martyrs, that stood up for what they believed in. We are all called to holiness and to be strong and to stand on the shoulders of all of these saints that have gone before us. So please ask Jesus to give you the strength to be the person, the great person that he's calling you to be.